First of all, let me start by thanking the organizers of the South Sudan Oil and Power Conference in its 5th edition. And of course, the conference provides an opportunity for big companies from the region, but also international players in the oil sector to come and actually look for opportunities here. And when we talk about South Sudan and oil industry in South Sudan, this is a country that is blessed with a lot of mineral resources, but also hydrocarbons. And so we have about 14 new blocks that are not taken. So we are expecting some new investors during the conference to come and work with Ministry of Petroleum, but also Nile Petroleum Corporation to actually take some of these oil blocks. And currently we have only 3 producing blocks, and we have 3 blocks under exploration. And last year we went for licensing round, and we expect to go for another licensing round. So we expect that some more investors will come and invest in South Sudan. South Sudan is currently very stable, and the country has a lot to offer. Well, as you could see from here, we are host sponsor, and so we are like the force behind this conference, and we actually threw our weight behind this conference because we know that it gives a platform for us to showcase some of the opportunities South Sudan has, but also NILEPET, being the oil corporation, the National Oil Corporation of South Sudan, plays a lot of role. And any investor that comes to the country and that would want to work in the oil sector would always partner up with NILEPET in new technologies. And so if, for instance, a new block is assigned as a concession to one of the international companies, the company or the entity that will take the stakes of the government of South Sudan is actually Nile Petroleum Corporation. And so we have a major role to play, not only in the conference, but in the aftermath of the conference and the outcome of the conference, because eventually this conference will come up with some resolutions, some of which will be implemented jointly between Nile Petroleum Corporation and Ministry of Petroleum. Well, as you know, South Sudan is actually the only producing country in the entire Central and East African regions. And for that, South Sudan has a lot to offer to the neighboring countries. For recent, there are discoveries in Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, you name it. And so with South Sudan now being big in upstream, in exploration and production, we offer an opportunity where we can actually, it's like South Sudan is going to be a training hub for engineers and geoscientists who would want in the future to work in the oil industry, basically because we have been producing for the last 20-something years, even when we were part of Sudan. And so in terms of hydrocarbons, South Sudan is a pioneer in the region, and we have a lot to offer as a country, and we are ready to work with our brothers from the region, but also from the international sphere, because oil is a multinational kind of industry and business, and we cannot do it alone. We take the platform to actually invite more companies to come not only to the South Sudan Oil and Power, but also to come and invest in South Sudan. And shortly, as you heard it from the Minister of Investment, there will be an international investment conference that will be held in South Sudan. So you could see that South Sudan now is ready to do business, and we are open for business. The country is stable. You have a very nice people, very peaceful, very serene environment, and a country that is endowed with a lot of resources.